Hi guys. So you wanted to see what was in all my happy book mail that came today. What you didn't know is I actually had one other box that had come. So I went ahead and included that one too, since I was already stacking all the books up. Those ones you'll know which ones they are because they all have sticky notes on them, and I'll explain those when I come across them. But these are in a somewhat organized, but not really organized manner, if that makes sense. So I'm starting with the books that I'm planning on using for our world studies. These are mostly the nonfiction references or picture books. And then I've included ancient history in it just because we are overlapping our ancient history studies. So those are kind of sprinkled throughout as well. So I'm just going to kind of flip through them and let you guys check them out. And then if you see any that you really want to see the inside of or see a flip through or anything, just comment underneath the video, and then I will go ahead and share those with you in greater detail. So I'm just going to flip through Two Truths and a Lie, Histories and Mysteries, The Thrifty Guide to Ancient Rome, Warriors and Whalers, 100 Ancient Chinese Jobs You Might Have Relished or Reveled. This one is The Gladiators. This is like a pop-up book. Food Fight, a mouth-watering history of who or what and why through the ages. And we are doing a bunch of culinary and food studies with our world studies. So you'll see a little bit later, I have a lot of food books, but this one really goes into the ancient history, food. Grandpa Cacao, we are doing a full chocolate study, probably a whole month, just reading books that have to do with chocolate, because why not, right? 10 Plants That Shook the World, The Book of Chocolate for a chocolate study. So see how this has the sticky note on it? What I do is I go through and I label, because we're doing world studies and everything is kind of tying into those studies, I have labeled what continent and or country they pertain to so that I can kind of organize them. Let's see, War Brothers, the graphic novel. This is for older kids, probably. My daughter won't read that, perhaps my son. We're also doing a mythology study, so I thought this would be a fun one for my daughter. Trojan Horses. Where is Machu Picchu? Rainforests in 30 seconds. 30 fascinating topics for junior explorers explained in half a minute. Stories from the Billabong. Wild World. Going to School. Moving on to our second stack here. Where are the Galapagos Islands? Where's the Parthenon? A True Story, Escape from Tibet. Ruthless River. Love and Survival by Raft on the Amazon's Relentless. Madre de Dios. Don't judge my pronunciation. Atlas of Oddities. Egypt Magnified. Oops. Atlas of the World Sticker Book. Egyptian Mummy, Unwrap an Egyptian Mummy Layer by Layer. Adelita, a Mexican Cinderella Story. The Dalai Lama. How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World. What's Wrong Around the World. Spot the Mistakes. Destination Planet Earth. Illuminatlas, see 3 images in one. This one's pretty cool, you guys. Mythologica, also pretty neat. National Geographic People of the World, Cultures and Traditions, Ancestry and Identity. Beatrice's Goat. The Maya, Incas, and Aztecs. More chocolate, Great Moments in Chocolate History. The Silk Roads. And Inside Tracks, Robin Davidson's solo journey across the Outback. So the next stacks are the cooking books that I got for her. A lot of them are either cooking skills or cooking chemistry, because we are going to be doing, like I said, the culinary studies for around the world, but we're also going to be incorporating a lot of chemistry in the kitchen. So I'm trying to wrap all of the topics together as much as possible. So this one is The Science of Good Food. 12,167 Kitchen and Cooking Secrets, Food Substitutions Bible, the Spice and Herb Bible, In the French Kitchen with Kids, Spice, Understand the Science of Spice, Create Exciting New Blends and Revolutionize Your Cooking, Global Meatballs, Complete Book of Knife Skills, The History of Food in 101 Objects, The Dorito Effect, The Surprising New Truth About Food and Flavor, You and I Eat the Same, on the Countless Ways Food and Cooking Connect Us to One Another, Burma, Rivers of Flavor, Cooking School, and then I have the Alton Brown Good Eats, the early years, and then the second book, the middle years, and Easy Culinary Science for better cooking. Here are the science books. In addition to the kitchen chemistry, I am planning on looking at earth science, weather and climate, and all that good stuff to kind of, go with, we're looking at natural disasters. So you'll see a lot of that in here. This one is Earth in 30 Seconds, Weather in 30 Seconds, 50 Wild Weather Things You Should Know About, Everything You Know About the Planet Earth is Wrong. I really like kind of little trivia things. So some of these books you'll see have a lot of the little unusual trivia. We just kind of find them fun. So I plan to kind of incorporate them, maybe read one chapter at the beginning of our science unit or whatever, just for fun. Big ones, How Natural Disasters Have Shaped Us and What We Can Do About Them. The Secret Life of Flies. This literally has no tie into anything, but I had been looking at it last year when we were doing our nature studies and it looked like a really cool book. And then I saw it and it was cheap, and so I got it. The Periodic Kingdom, 30-Second Chemistry, Genie in the Bottle, 67 all-new commentaries on the fascinating chemistry of everyday life, Herbal Adventures, Backyard Excursions and Kitchen Creations for Kids and Their Families, Why Does Asparagus Make Your Wee Smell? See? Random trivia. Everyday Amazing Fascinating Facts About the Science That Surrounds Us, Dog Science Unleashed. I actually got this because I've been collecting some of the Thinking Tree Fun Schooling books, and there is a dog one, and then I saw this and I thought it would be a really fun crossover with that workbook. Absolute Expert Volcanoes, How Science Works. I really like this series, as a side note. Radioactive, A Tale of Love and Fallout. It's of the Curies. And The Disappearing Spoon, which I'm super excited to read. So this stack, as I mentioned, I am collecting some of the fun schooling journals, and a couple that I have are Endangered Species. And so this stack kind of goes along with that. I've got Mission Elephant Rescue, Absolute Expert Pandas, If Elephants Disappeared, Thomas Jefferson and the Mammoth Hunt. This one actually can go in one of two places. You'll see we're also doing a prehistoric study as well. So, not sure I'll put that one. Rhino in the House. The journal, just so you know, is for endangered and extinct species. So, to clarify that. The Photo Arc, Vanishing, the World's Most Vulnerable Animals. Wild Nature, Endangered Animals, 20 Incredible Animals Revealed, and Under Threat. And then for our prehistoric study, what was the age of the dinosaurs? Out of the Ice, How Climate Change is Revealing the Past. Stone Girl, Bone Girl, a story of Mary Anning of Lyme Regis. My Best Book of Early People, and the D.K. Smithsonian Dinosaur Encyclopedia. We are also going to be doing Inventors, Inventions, just creations in general. So I've got a whole bunch of books that kind of talk about inventions, how things work, how they were created, etc. So this one is Wonderland. And some of these are way more advanced than my daughter is, but we do a lot of read alouds. For one, I'll pre-read and maybe I'll read only some chapters. And for two, my 8th grader is joining us this year. And so I'll be stretching him a little with some of these more advanced books. Where Good Ideas Come From, The Natural History of Innovation, 50 Inventions That Shaped the Modern Economy, Invent It, Turn Your Small Idea into the World's Next Great Invention, How We Got to Now, 6 Innovations That Made the Modern World, and The Everyday Journey of Ordinary Things, From Phones to Food and From Paper to Poop, The Way the World Works. So now we're getting into some of my smaller unit studies that we're probably going to be doing. So one of them, we're going to spend a lot of time looking at jobs, careers, entrepreneurship, and money. And so these books kind of fall into that category. We've got the Startup Squad, the Infographic Guide to Personal Finance, Infographic Guide for Entrepreneurs, Growing Money, a Complete Investing Guide for Kids, Not Your Parents' Money Book, Making, Saving, and Spending Your Own Money, Payback on Poplar Lane, which is it's a novel, but it pertained to the topic, the Everything Kids Money Book, and the No Nonsense Guide to Money. One of the other topics we will be talking about is politics, government, and elections, since it's an election year. So I've got President of Poplar Lane, which is the second book to this one. Where is the White House? Guide to the American Government, and the Politics book. Okay, so this is a stack of the different little unit topics that we're talking about. They're just kind of scattered in here. I missed this one at some point, but anyway, so it's what really happens if you get swallowed by a whale or shot from a cannon or go barreling over Niagara and then you're dead. So it's kind of a little bit of silly humor, but again, my 8th grade son, all about the silly humor. I was hoping in October that we might study Frankenstein and Mary Shelley, so came across this and I have a couple other books to go with it. My daughter has expressed interest in vlogging, and so I saw this one, the Vlogger's Handbook, and I got this for her. One of the cool things about the fun schooling journals is that they can kind of follow, it's kind of interest-led. They can read whatever they want as long as they're reading. They can watch whatever they want as long as they're watching, so as long as they're learning. So I thought this one was a cool idea. She's also shown interest in photography, and they actually have a 30-day photography challenge journal. So I got this, Digital Photography and Introduction, and then Guide to Photography from National Geographic Kids. In December, we're going to be doing a Christmas Around the World, obviously to go with our world topic. However, I also wanted to do a Nutcracker topic. She's a dancer, I was a dancer, I was in the Nutcracker. I've been wanting to do it for a couple of years, and so I just decided this year we would do it. So I got Nutcracked, which is kind of a fictional, twist on the story, I suppose. To Dance, which this one actually takes place in Puerto Rico and America, so we can tie that one into our world studies. And then I got this. I was actually eyeballing this on Amazon, and then I happened to see it on the outlet page, and I couldn't pass it up. So this is a 3-series set of picture books, and I don't know if you saw, it's put out by the New York City Ballet. And so it's got Swan Lake, Sleeping Beauty, and the Nutcracker. And yes, I have multiple Nutcracker books, but now I have one more because it was too cool to pass up. And then we're doing a study on, I guess you could say, magic. I was planning on learning about Houdini. I like to do biographies, talk about where he came from when we're doing the world studies, etc. And then it turned into this whole, oh, wow, we could do magic. And then I actually am planning on ordering a magic lab set from, what is it, Science, one of the online science. They have an entire lab set. So anyway, it's morphed into an entire unit on magic with Dorco the Magnificent for our novel, Abracadabra, the Story of Magic Through the Ages, Big Magic, Little Hands, and then I also have some Houdini books. We are also doing Jessica Waldock's Survival School, and I'm going to mix it also with Adventure, and so these books kind of go with that study. So we've got Explorer Academy Ultimate Activity Challenge, Ultimate Explorer Guide from National Geographic Kids, the Ultimate Survival Guide for Kids, Survival Hacks, over 200 ways to use everyday items for wilderness survival. We are doing